Let's plan a robbery. I got a dot on this Glock, ain't no robbing me. These niggas like to comment shit on Instagram pics. See me in public, say hi to me. Boy, I don't get it. Bro hit a lick and I'm with it. Been hanging out the ski mask, I can't fit it. Bro hit a lick and I'm with it. Been hanging out the ski mask, I can't fit it. Let's plan a robbery.
When DC was the murder capital, were you like directly impacted by like the violence?
In the 90s, yeah. I was directly impacted by it. I was out there. Just like all them guys that went in when they was 16 and they just coming home. Like all of my friends went in. I just ain't get caught up like that. You feel what I'm saying? I had my own mind. I always had my own mind. A lot of them guys got caught up because they want to be like somebody. And they seen somebody do something. And they want to emulate that. You feel what I'm saying? I never looked at another guy in the streets and want to emulate what he wanted to do. You know, I emulate what my mom's gave me, you know what I mean? Just, protect yourself. You never let nobody hurt you, and that's just what it was, you know what I mean? That's who gave me my first gun, my mother. It wasn't no guy on the street. I watched everybody was backdooring and killing each other, snaking each other out.
Was there any specific reason why your mom felt the need to give you a gun? Did she ever say why she wanted to do it for you?
She was in the street. She just knew what was going on. You feel what I'm saying? She knew. Yeah. She knew, you know what I mean? She was a part of the streets. Everybody knew my mother. You feel what I'm saying? So it was just, I guess, she didn't want to see nothing happen to me, so she just, I guess, called herself give me the tools. It was the wrong way of raising somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Because it messed me up.
How you feel that it messed you up?
Like, it had my mindset, you know what I mean? I don't think no young man should be growing up where he feel like he got to protect himself by shooting people or, you know what I mean? Just, he shouldn't have to go through that. That's mentally, like, disturbing to you, you know what I mean? When you going through stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then it become cool with the end of community. So to the point where, like, in the neighborhood, like, you can go shoot somebody 80 years old, gonna open the door up for you. Come on in here, Blunt. Cause, that's just how it was. It was just acceptable.
What was it like seeing your different friends either, end up getting killed or going to prison? Like, what did that do to you?
Seeing them, I seen my moms go to prison, you feel what I'm saying? That's how I got here, but just seeing them going through the stuff, the ones who did all that time, I feel bad. I feel like a couple of them was put in bad spots, you feel what I'm saying? Like, the streets, man, got their own codes. People make their own codes as it go, how it suit them. I haven't met not one person who say I ain't gonna say this, I met a couple of people like that, but the ones who I be seeing now, they don't be really on codes. Everybody got their own code about something. Even like with the guy, everybody got something about the code. Everybody had. That's why I always stayed to myself. I ain't really trust nobody in the streets. Like, everybody can tell you in Lincoln Heights, I lived and grew up in Lincoln Heights. Ain't not one person can tell you that Blunt hung with me or he was around me every day. Everybody was cool with me, you feel what I'm saying? But I just ain't really want to keep nobody around me like that, because I just seen everybody talking about each other to me, because I was the neutral guy, always trying to keep the peace. Hey, nah, leave that alone, Slim. And the killers, and they respected me. And I respected them too.
You ever have like any close calls in the streets?
Yeah, I've been shot.
What was the situation behind that?
Just in the streets, me robbing. I was robbing a lot back then. That's how I started out just robbing drug dealers. Cause my mom was on crack, so I was mad. So I was taking it out literally on drug dealers, robbing them, kidnapping them, just doing everything.
So you was the real life Omar from The Wire?
Everybody got their stories like that coming up in DC. You feel what I'm saying? Like, everybody You know what I mean? It was just, that just was the way of surviving to me. We ain't look at it as like, we was embarrassed. We ain't want nobody to know it. These days, these guys, the youngest, they want you to know it. It's a difference.
So when you had gotten shot, you said it had happened because when you was robbing drug dealers. Was that kind of like a wake up call for you to like, or you just kind of kept
No.
going?
Now, when I got shot, I just kept doing what I do. I ain't even go to the hospital right then and there. I waited like 5 days later, but my legs and stuff started turning purple. So I ended up going, you know what I mean? And I just kept back with the mix. The next day, they cast my leg up. I cut the cast off. I got a whole 8K in the cast, walking around with a K in the cast.
So for somebody who, isn't from DC and didn't grow up here, if you could describe to them what the, crack epidemic era was like, and like, when DC was the most violent city in America, how would you describe that to them?
Man, crack touched everybody. All our parents, like literally. But the crack era was, that was one of the worst eras. Like, when my mom's got on crack, it was so bad, right? I used to come home, the lights turned off, no food in the refrigerator. She done spent the stamps, I'm going off. So that was like, I was pretty much forced to hustle to take care of my sister and everything. Yeah.
How did you ever like get involved in like selling drugs?
Yeah.
So was there any type of like confliction going on, knowing that you were selling drugs, but your mom was having her own drug issues?
Nah, it's been like we had a weird, awkward relationship with the young guys going through now with their parents. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of their parents support what they doing. You feel what I'm saying? It's the same way with my mom. She was supporting the things that I was doing. When I was hustling, we was like a team.
How did you ever try to like shield like your sister and any people younger than you away from what you was doing?
Nah, my sister became a part of the streets. She was hustling. My brother, all of us was in the streets. Every one of my family members was in the streets.
At what point did you kind of turn away from, drug dealing in the street life?
I ain't gonna lie to you, but I really just stopped, man, in the streets, man. There's no bull crap. Like, I've been getting money my whole life in the streets. Like, my whole life. Like, I done had million, 100,000, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My neighborhood, we sold like, the crack era was deep, but what really affected us in my neighborhood was the dope era. My neighborhood was a dope strip. Like, a lot of my friends' moms had habits like dope fiend, ODs. Like, my brother was on dope, but he changed his life around. My mom's was just on crack, but the neighborhood was dominated by dope. So, we seen a lot of death with ODs in our neighborhood. Find somebody dead in the hallway in a heartbeat.
How did that affect you seeing?
And it numb you after you seeing it for a while, and you start thinking that stuff normal. And you know what I mean? It ain't normal. And that's when people start committing acts, keep committing crimes, because in their mind, they think they really living a normal life. And it took me a long time to break out that. Like, when COVID hit, when I came home, it was crazy. The system, I felt abandoned because the system put me right back in the same box, because when they send us home to nowhere. So they sent us home right to shelters and stuff, and people just dying, and people don't even care about themselves in the shelter. And I watched like 30 people die in the shelter in 2022, something like that when I came home. No, 2021 when I came home. And I left that job. I wasn't gonna be in there, so it forced me to get back in the streets for a minute. And I got back in the streets, and I really got caught back up into that life, because the neighborhood was dead when I came home. When I came, the neighborhood, it looked like the 80s again. And I really looked up and looked around and was like, hold on. I'm about to go to jail for the rest of my life. Let me stop doing what I'm doing. Because if I don't know how to do, I definitely know how to hustle. I know how to get some money.